So I've been getting a question from a few different folks, which is why is Moon Knight seemingly trying to steal the pages of the Darkhold from Herbie in Midtown? And also, why is Moon Knight aura farming in the loading screen of that map? Let's talk about it. My name is The Riddler, wrong universe, I know, and this is Marvel Rivals Season 1, The Eternal Nights. So, our story today begins with a short recap. Doctor Strange was visited by Doom before the timed stream entanglement began, and Doom requested the Darkhold for research purposes. Doom wants to study the immortality of vampires, and if he had the Darkhold, the book that created them in the first place, he would be able to do so. Strange, however, thinks that's a terrible idea and instead locks the Book of Sins away from even himself inside a portal inside a portal. We can now see this idea in game in the Doom match map with all the many portals and repeated hallways and staircases in the Sanctum Sanctorum. We then also see Doom contact Khonshu, god of the moon and protector of nighttime travelers. Doom also tells him, "Hey, I want the Darkhold." Though we don't know if this is the same Doom or Doom 2099, which I think is something important to keep in mind because clearly they have a lot of the same ideas. Either way, Khonshu goes, "Oh hell no." But Doom brings up a good point. Dracula is already brewing his plan to terrorize the city with Eternal Night. So he tells his Moon Knight to get active, and Moon Knight, being a loyalist, does just that. Meanwhile, Strange realizes that Khonshu has gotten a hold of the book somehow, but is worried because the plan Khonshu has to fix things is essentially a total cleansing of all those affected, including the innocent civilians that were simply enthralled by Dracula. Strange can't abide by this, of course, and decides to challenge Khonshu to a game of interdimensional Senet, an ancient game most similar to chess, to see who gets it. We learn from Bats the ghost dog that not only does the sorcerer reign supreme, but also that he did so in spectacular, albeit buzzer beating fashion. Khonshu, however, is quite the sore loser, and while he did bet Doctor Strange the Darkhold, he didn't say anything about specific pages of the book. So Khonshu splinters and scatters the book, sending pages everywhere. Moon Knight and Iron Man, as well as Wolverine, Winter Soldier, and Psylocke, form a crew together, the Eternity Knights, who are determined to stop Dracula no matter the costs. A quick pause for a second, since we just named a few characters that we know for a fact are also elsewhere, right? It's important to keep in mind that much like with Doctor Doom, there's more than one timeline at play here, which seems obvious, like duh, right? But I think what that means is that when the story brings up Wolverine and Winter Soldier being a part of the Eternity Knights and having different skins, all of which seem to have been created by either Tony Stark using chronovium laced metals and uh, design techniques, um, it's important to keep in mind that those may be from the current timeline because the Freedom Fighter Wolverine and the Freedom Fighting Winter Soldier that we see earlier in my video, A Crack Team, those people are in 2099 working with Super Soldier Black Widow. So presumably the Wolverine Winter Soldier and possibly even the Psylocke that form the Eternity Knights are from 2024 and not 2099. Um, I am going to work under the assumption that if they aren't 2024, they are 2099. Those seem to be the two primary timelines in the game's continuity thus far. But even that is technically a guess. So anytime you hear that a character is in a place and you're like, wait, how'd they get there? Keep in mind that it might not literally be the same character and that there are different iterations of characters, usually represented by different skins in the game, in different places at different times. So when I am referring to Wolverine in the Eternity Knights, I'm talking about the Wolverine skin that we have in the current Season 2 Battle Pass. That guy is working with Moon Knight and Iron Man. Just like how that Iron Man skin is canonically the one that's flying around New York doing all of this stuff. So, just a quick clarification because I know once we start talking about time travel, shit can get a little mixed up. So, I wanted to be clear on that. Back to the story. The Fantastic Four and Squirrel Girl think that Khonshu's plan goes way too far, and thusly they are trying to collect and scan the pages of the Montesi formula so that Reed can find a more amicable solution to the Dracula problem that Manhattan's currently seeing. And this is what we're seeing in the push map. If you are helping Herbie collect the pages and trying to get back to the Baxter building, you are Team Fantastic Four. You're trying to find the Montesi formula, put it in the hands of Reed Richards, and I think Doctor Strange is also in the loading screen. And they are trying to use the Montesi formula, but modified so that it doesn't just wipe out everyone who's enthralled by Dracula currently. And if you're trying to stop Herbie and you're already in the Baxter building, that makes you Team Eternity Knights. Meaning you are canonically on the side of Moon Knight, Iron Man, Wolverine, Winter Soldier, Psylocke, etc. We don't currently know which side wins, I don't believe. You can correct me in the comments down below if there's something that I'm missing in the lore. I don't have all of the gallery cards. I only have most of them. So it's possible that the last one or two says something that goes against what I'm saying now. But if they do, let me know. The interesting thing about this, I think, one of the most interesting things, is that the gallery card specifically calls out that when the Eternity Knights encounter someone in Greenwich, which is where Moon Knight has one of his bases of operations, and they encounter someone leading a pack of vampires in Greenwich that is dressed in all white armor. And if you have seen this gallery card, the specific gallery card that I'm talking about is called... It's called Midnight Missions. If you look to the left, well, first of all, you can see all of the people in their various skins, right? And based on this graphic, we've already gotten this Adam Warlock skin. We've already gotten this Moon Knight skin, this Wolverine skin, and this Iron Man skin. So you have to figure we're getting this Psylocke skin, right? And we're probably going to get this Winter Soldier skin as well. Those will probably be the next two skins that drop. But if you look to who they're talking about with this white armor on, it looks like it's Blade. I mean, he has vampire ears, vampire teeth. It's like, it looks like Eric Brooks, right? But also, we can kind of see into his chest cavity. Did Dracula rip his chest open? Like, what's going on, brother? Are you okay? I don't think you are. I mean, and also, if Blade is, leading a pack of vampires for Dracula, he's clearly not okay, right? I think that means that Blade is enthralled by Dracula currently. And that's super not good, folks. That's really bad. Blade is like the guy who takes care of vampires in the Marvel Universe. So if he's enthralled by Dracula, it's not looking good. It's not looking good, champ. The Thing and Johnny Storm, we're going to have to do some heavy lifting when they get added to the game in a few weeks, because boy, oh boy, that's not good. That is not good. But I'm rambling at this point. Thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to get the rest of the gallery cards so we can see what's going on. And then so we can learn how exactly all of this, where it's all headed. Because boy, oh boy, it's not looking great for our heroes. I will tell you what. But until the next time I see you all, drink some water, wash your hands, tell someone you love that you love them, and be good people.